lose my mind. I need to tell someone about this because it's all just too insane. My life was flipped upside down in about 30 seconds, and I can't even process it properly. It all started on a regular Thursday afternoon. Nothing special, just a regular day that turned into something I'll never forget. Let me back up a little. My best friend Emma and we've been inseparable since high school. We met in a terrible chemistry class where we both had no clue what was going on, and we bonded over our shared confusion. The periodic table, we both thought it looked like someone just threw a bunch of letters on a page and called it science. That's how it all started. Since then, we did everything together. Late-night study sessions that turned into deep talks about life. Road trips where we got lost but somehow ended up finding the best diners in the middle of nowhere. Movie marathons where we quoted every line and annoyed everyone around us. We didn't need anyone else. We had each other. Our friendship was full of sarcasm and playful banter. We roasted each other constantly. Like, I would tell her she had the music taste of a middle-aged dad going through a crisis, and she'd fire back that I looked like I let a toddler pick out my clothes. That's how we communicated. That's how we loved each other without even realizing it. And, yeah, we joked about everything. The kind of jokes where you're just being ridiculous, saying things like, if we're both single at 40, let's just marry each other so we don't die alone. Totally normal best friend stuff, right? Fast forward to today. It was one of those lazy Thursdays. Nothing special at all. Emma texted me earlier, saying she needed help with assembling some IKEA furniture and, well, if you've ever tried to build IKEA furniture, you know it's basically a test of patience and friendship. So I'm at Emma's apartment, and we've been sitting on the floor for what feels like hours, surrounded by a sea of tiny screws, wooden dowels, and parts that look like they came from a random box of chaos. We've been at it for about 2 hours, and let me tell you, we were getting nowhere fast. I'm holding what I think is part of a shelf, and Emma's sitting there, holding the instruction manual upside down like it's some kind of mystical scroll that will magically make sense if she stares at it long enough. We're both covered in that weird IKEA dust, completely exhausted and frustrated. And then it happens. I don't even know why I said it, but I blurted out, "You know what? Forget the bookshelf. Just marry me," I say, half laughing, thinking it's a hilarious joke. At least then, we'd have someone legally obligated to help us with this for the rest of our lives. I'm giggling as I say it like it's the most random thing ever. It's just another one of our dumb jokes, right? Something we'll laugh about for 5 minutes and move on. But then, everything changes. There's this silence. This heavy silence that doesn't feel right. I look up, and Emma is just staring at me. Her eyes are wide, and she's not laughing. Not even a little. She's looking at me with an expression I've never seen before. Something between shock and something else I can't quite name. It makes my stomach twist. "Emma?" I say, suddenly feeling concerned. "You okay? Did you inhale too much of the furniture dust? Should I call poison control?" But she doesn't laugh. She doesn't even move. She just looks at me, her eyes locked on mine, and says something that completely short-circuits my brain. "I thought you'd never ask me." I freeze. My entire body stops moving. I'm halfway reaching for another piece of wood, but I can't move. I don't know what just happened. Wait, what? I manage to croak out, my voice sounding like it belongs to someone else. Did she just say what I think she said? Emma's still looking at me, and now her eyes are starting to get a little watery. And let me tell you, Emma doesn't cry. She's the kind of person who laughs when she breaks a bone. "I thought you'd never ask me," she repeats, this time quieter, more vulnerable. And that's when everything I thought I knew about my friendship with Emma crumbles. I don't know what's happening. I think my brain just shut down completely. Emma, the girl I've known for years, the one who's been my best friend since high school, just said she thought I'd never ask her to marry me. My heart is beating too fast, and I can feel the weight of her words pressing down on me, suffocating everything else. "Emma, what do you mean?" I stammer. I can't wrap my head around it. I thought I heard her wrong. I mean, I must have. There's no way she just said that. She's still staring at me, her eyes locked on mine, and now there's a softness in them that makes everything in my chest tighten. She doesn't look like she's joking. She doesn't look like she's laughing at my expense. She looks vulnerable. And that's the last thing I expected. I can feel the room closing in around me. The walls feel too close, the floor too hard. My mind is racing in 1,000 directions, but none of them make sense. Wait, hold on, I say, my voice almost shaking now. I stand up, pacing the floor. Are you saying you're serious? She doesn't move. She doesn't even blink. The silence stretches between us, thick and heavy. I can't breathe properly. I'm suffocating under the weight of this conversation. This wasn't supposed to happen. This was a joke. I was kidding. I didn't mean any of it. But she did. I've been waiting for you to say something like that for years. Emma says, her voice cracking just slightly as she says the words. I've been waiting for you to realize how I feel. I've been hoping you'd see me the way I see you. And there it is. She's not joking. She's not laughing. She's being completely honest. She's telling me she's been in love with me. And I feel like the ground beneath me is shifting, like I'm about to fall through it, and I have no idea what's on the other side. Emma, I say, completely confused. But I was joking. That was a joke. Her laugh is shaky now, not the usual laugh I'm used to hearing. It's soft, almost painful. Yeah, I know, she says, wiping at her eyes. You're always joking, and that's kind of been the problem. The problem? What does that even mean? Emma, I don't. I stop myself, realizing I don't even know what I'm trying to say. What do you mean, the problem? Quote, I feel like I'm walking into a conversation that's already halfway done. There's so much I don't understand, so much I missed. She takes a deep breath and finally sets the IKEA instructions down, her hands shaking slightly. She looks at me with a mixture of frustration and hope, and I can't look away. Okay, I can't keep pretending anymore, she says. I've been in love with you. For years. Like, probably since sophomore year of college, when you stayed up all night with me when I had food poisoning. You held my hair back, and you didn't even complain when I threw up on your shoes. I threw those shoes away, by the way. I told everyone I lost them. I'm speechless. I have no idea how to respond to any of this. My head is spinning. I kept waiting. Emma continues, her voice growing quieter. Waiting for you to see me the way I see you. But you never did. You just kept making jokes about us getting married when we're old and desperate, like I'm some backup plan, and it's been killing me. My chest tightens, and I can't breathe properly. Emma's in love with me. She's been waiting for me to see it, waiting for me to realize what's right in front of me, and I was too oblivious to even notice. I didn't get it. I didn't get any of it. I didn't get the way she always laughed at my dumb jokes, the way she'd text me every morning to say good morning without fail, the way she knew my coffee order without me saying a word, the way she'd touch my arm when she was talking to me. I didn't see it. I didn't see any of it. But now, I do. The thing that makes my heart stop is that I realize something even more terrifying, something that I don't know if I'm ready to face. The reason I've never been able to make a relationship work, the reason I've never been able to commit to anyone, is because I've been comparing them to Emma. I've been in love with her this entire time, and I didn't even know it. Emma, I say, my voice tight. I don't know what to say. Say something, she says, her voice small, almost desperate. Please, just say something. You're freaking me out right now. I open my mouth and then close it again. I don't know how to say this. I don't know how to fix this. I don't know how to make it right. But I can't keep pretending like I don't feel it too. I've been in love with you too, I finally say, my voice barely above a whisper. I just didn't want to admit it, because I was scared of losing you. You're my best friend. You're the most important person in my life, and if I admitted it, everything would change. And I couldn't handle that. Her eyes widen, and for the first time in what feels like forever, I can see the hope in her face, even though she's crying. Are you serious? She asks, barely able to breathe through the tears. Because if you're messing with me right now, I swear to God. I'm not messing with you, Emma, I say, shaking my head. I step forward, and in a single movement, I kiss her. I kiss my best friend, and it feels like everything is suddenly falling into place. It feels like this is what was supposed to happen all along. The kiss is everything I never realized I needed. It's perfect, and at the same time, it's terrifying. My mind is still reeling from the fact that my best friend, Emma, the girl who's been by my side through everything, is in love with me. And I'm in love with her too. This isn't some dream. It's real. When we finally pull apart, both of us are laughing and crying at the same time. And it's all just so ridiculous that it feels like a scene from a movie. We're standing there in the middle of her living room, both of us covered in IKEA dust, surrounded by the half-assembled remains of what was supposed to be a simple bookshelf. And I can't stop smiling. I can't stop staring at her, at the way her face is lit up, even though she's still wiping away tears. "Are you serious right now?" she asks, her voice shaky, but there's this grin on her face that makes my heart flutter. "Because if you're messing with me, I swear to God." I laugh, shaking my head. "I'm not messing with you, Emma. I swear." We're standing inches apart, and I can feel her heart racing just like mine. Everything around us fades away. The furniture, the screws, the damn instruction manual that's still lying on the floor, all of it vanishes. All I see is her. All I feel is her. "Okay, so," she says, her voice quiet now, "what happens now?" I pause, still trying to process it all. "What do you mean?" "Well," she starts, laughing softly, "this is technically a proposal, right? I mean, I don't know if this counts, but I feel like I should get a ring or something." I blink. "Wait, what?" She shrugs, her smile never fading. "You proposed. Technically. I mean, you said it, right? So do I get a ring or not?" I laugh out loud at how serious she's being. It's both completely absurd and totally Emma. Of course she would make a joke about it, even though everything else just changed in the most unexpected way possible. "I don't have a ring," I say, trying to catch my breath. "We're surrounded by broken furniture, Emma. There's no ring." She grins. "Well, that's a bummer. I was kind of hoping for something a little more extravagant." I roll my eyes, still laughing. "You're unbelievable," quote. But then, as I look at her, something shifts. I know she's joking, but I can see the way her eyes are soft, the way she's still holding back tears. And in that moment, I realize something. I've been an idiot for not seeing it sooner. I've been in love with her for so long, and I was too scared to admit it, too scared to ruin what we had. But this feels like everything coming together. This feels like we're finally where we're supposed to be. "I love you, Emma," I say, my voice low and serious, the laughter fading away. "I'm in love with you." And I'm not just saying that because of some ridiculous IKEA joke. I'm saying it because I've known it for a long time and I'm too stupid to admit it. Her smile falters for a second, and I can see the weight of my words hitting her. She's always been the one to make jokes, to laugh things off, but now I see how deeply she feels. "I love you too," she says, her voice trembling. "I've always loved you." And I think we both knew that. I think we both knew that it was only a matter of time before we figured it out, even if we were too blind to see it before. I pull her into my arms, holding her like I never want to let go. This is everything I never knew I needed. This is what I've been waiting for. "Now what?" I whisper, resting my chin on the top of her head, feeling her heartbeat against mine. "I guess we figure it out," she says softly, her arms wrapping around me, like we always do. I don't even know what that means exactly, but in this moment, it doesn't matter. We've already figured out the most important thing, what we feel for each other. And that's enough. "Yeah," I say, smiling against her hair. "I guess we do." I can't remember the last time I felt this light. Like all the weight I've been carrying around, fears, doubts, the pressure to keep everything in my life steady and controlled has just disappeared. It's like, for the first time in a long while, everything feels right, perfect even. And it's not just the kiss. It's the way we're standing here, in the middle of Emma's living room, laughing and crying and holding each other, surrounded by the ruins of what was supposed to be a bookshelf. It's how she fits into my arms like she's always belonged here, how her heart beats just as fast as mine, as if we've been in sync for years without even knowing it. It's unreal. "Okay," Emma says after a while, pulling back slightly, her arms still wrapped around my neck. "I think we should go out, like really go out, to celebrate this whole mess, because clearly this moment deserves something better than IKEA." I smile, still not fully processing what's going on, but loving the idea of spending this moment with her. "Yeah, where do you want to go?" quote. She grins, a mischievous spark in her eyes. "Somewhere we can eat food that isn't made out of wood." I laugh. Deal. But you're paying. You asked for a ring, so I'm making you foot the bill. She rolls her eyes, but there's a twinkle in them. Fine. But only because I'm in love with you, and I can't turn down a proposal that's technically mine. Quote, I reach down to grab her hand, lacing our fingers together. So you're saying this is real now? No going back? No going back, she says, squeezing my hand, and that's when I realize it. There is no going back. This moment isn't just a fluke, a random event that happened because of a joke. This is real. This is us. We're not just best friends anymore. We're something more. And I can't deny it any longer. The thought should feel terrifying, right? The idea that everything is changing. That what we've had for years is shifting into something new, something that could be messy and complicated. But it doesn't scare me. Not anymore. Not with her. Where do you want to go? I ask again, a little more seriously this time. Anywhere you want, Emma. She looks at me, her face softening as she thinks for a moment. And then she leans in close, her lips just barely brushing my ear as she whispers, how about the diner we always go to, the one we ended up at on our first road trip? It's sentimental. I nod. Perfect. Quote. We both grab our jackets, still smiling like idiots, and head out the door. The whole way to the diner, we can't stop talking. And every conversation feels like we're just continuing the one we've been having for years. Only now there's this new layer to it, this undercurrent of something deeper. Something that's been there the whole time, waiting for us to notice it. When we get to the diner, it feels like nothing has changed. The old jukebox is still playing the same classic songs. The neon lights buzz above our heads. And the waitress still gives us the same knowing smile when we walk in. Everything feels the same, but nothing is the same. Because now, when I look at Emma, I see her differently. She's not just my best friend anymore. She's the woman I'm in love with. We sit at our usual booth, the one by the window where we used to spend hours talking about nothing and everything at the same time. The booth that's seen us at our best and our worst. But tonight feels like the beginning of something new, something that's been years in the making. So, I say, leaning back in the booth and looking at her, how does this work? The whole dating your best friend thing? Emma shrugs, grinning. I don't know, but we've been pretty good at figuring stuff out together so far, haven't we? I nod. Yeah, we have. For the next few hours, we talk about everything, about the future, about how strange and exciting this new thing between us feels, about how terrifying and exhilarating it is to finally admit the truth. We laugh more than we should, and I can't help but feel like I've finally found my place in the world. Right here, with her. But then, as we're sitting there just talking and laughing, Emma's expression changes. It goes soft, and she looks at me with something in her eyes that makes my heart skip a beat. You know, she says, her voice quiet, I've always wondered if you'd ever notice me the way I've noticed you. And now, here we are. I don't even know what to say about it. I feel like I'm living in some alternate universe where everything is just perfect. Me too, I say, my voice a little hoarse. I never thought I'd be sitting here with you like this. But it feels right. It feels like we've been heading toward this for a long time. She smiles, that same beautiful smile that always lights up her face. Yeah, maybe we were just too scared to see it. I think we were, I say, smiling back, but not anymore. And with that, we sit in the quiet for a moment, just enjoying the feeling of being together, of knowing that we finally figured it out. The uncertainty, the fear, the doubt, it's all gone, because we found each other, and that's all that matters. The next few weeks feel like a blur of happiness and confusion, all wrapped up in a weird, beautiful mess that only Emma and I could make. Everything that once seemed so clear in my life, my routine, my carefully laid out future, suddenly feels insignificant. Because, now that we've crossed this line, everything I thought I knew about love, about us, has been turned on its head. And I'm not even mad about it. At first, it's awkward. I won't lie, we're both trying to figure out what exactly this us is. We joke around like we always have. But now, there's this unspoken tension in the air, like something deeper is simmering under the surface. but somehow it feels natural, like we've always been this way. Maybe we were just too afraid to admit it. Emma and I still hang out the same way, but everything's different now. The way she touches my arm when we're walking through the store. The way she looks at me across a crowded room, her gaze lingering just a moment too long. And when we laugh, genuine, carefree laughter that fills the space between us. There's this new warmth in it, a depth. One night, after a long day at work, I find myself sitting on her couch, her head resting on my shoulder. It's the same couch where we've spent countless hours watching movies and talking about life, but tonight, it feels like something more. I can feel the weight of her body against mine, and it feels right. You know, Emma says, breaking the silence, her voice soft and tentative. I never really imagined that I'd be here, with you, like this. I glance at her, unsure of what to say. There's this vulnerability in her voice, something raw, and it catches me off guard. Yeah, I say, my voice quiet. Me neither, but it feels right, doesn't it? Quote. She nods, her eyes meeting mine. It does. It's just strange, you know? All this time, I've been in love with you, and now it's like everything is shifting. But I don't want to lose you. I feel my heart tighten in my chest. You won't lose me, Emma. I'm not going anywhere. We're figuring it out together, right? She smiles, her lips curving into that soft, familiar smile I've seen 1,000 times. Yeah, together. And for the first time, I believe it. I believe that we can do this. That we can turn this friendship into something more and still be who we've always been to each other. Best friends. It's not always easy. There are moments where I catch myself thinking about the future, wondering what this means for us long term. There's the fear of messing it all up, the worry that maybe we're too deep in this friendship to come out unscathed. But every time I look at Emma, I realize something important. We've been through so much already. We've fought for this friendship, and now I'm willing to fight for us to figure out what comes next. We spend the evening talking, reminiscing about old times, about high school, college, and everything that led us here. But this time, when she laughs at one of my jokes, there's this new tenderness in her gaze. And when she reaches for my hand, it feels like the most natural thing in the world. Later that night, we're lying in her bed, both of us staring at the ceiling, just enjoying the silence between us. The world outside feels distant, almost irrelevant, because right now, it's just us, and it feels perfect. Do you ever wonder if we were always supposed to end up like this? She asks softly, her voice barely above a whisper. Like maybe we've been heading toward this the whole time and we were just too blind to see it? Quote. I think about it for a moment, letting the idea settle in. Yeah, I say finally. I think we were. Maybe we've been in love with each other all along and didn't even realize it. She shifts slightly, her fingers brushing against mine, and I feel a spark of electricity shoot through me. I wish I'd realized it sooner, she says, her voice full of regret. Maybe then I wouldn't have spent so many years waiting. I'm sorry, I whisper, turning my head to look at her. I didn't mean to make you wait. Emma smiles, a little sad but understanding. It's not your fault. We were both just scared, I think. Scared of ruining what we had. I don't want to ruin it, I say quickly, my heart racing. I don't want to mess this up. I've never been more sure of anything in my life. She looks at me, really looks at me, and I can see that same love, that same depth in her eyes. Me neither. And in that moment, I realize something. We're not just going to be okay. We're going to be more than okay. We're going to make this work. Because we've already fought through so much. We've been through years of friendship, years of laughter, of pain, of everything. And now, we're taking the next step together. When she kisses me, it's like everything else falls away. It's not about the fear or the doubts or the what-ifs. It's about us. Just us. And I know then that no matter what comes next, we'll figure it out together. It's been a few months since that night, since everything changed. Since I accidentally proposed to Emma and she said yes. And honestly, it feels like I'm living in a dream. One of those dreams where everything makes sense. where all the puzzle pieces that didn't fit before suddenly click into place. I don't know why it took us so long to get here, but I'm glad we did. Every single day since that moment, I've felt like I'm waking up to a new reality, one where Emma and I aren't just best friends. We're so much more. We're partners. We're everything we were before, but now it feels deeper, more real. It's a love I never expected, but somehow it feels like it's always been there. Like we were just waiting for the right moment to acknowledge it. It's not perfect. Nothing ever is. Right? There are moments when we both get nervous, wondering if we're doing the right thing. The idea of risking our friendship, of letting it evolve into something we can't take back, is terrifying. But we talk about it. We talk about everything. Our fears, our doubts, our hopes. And I've realized that we're strong enough to handle it. We've been through so much together already, and nothing is going to tear us apart. Not now. We still have our inside jokes, our sarcastic banter. In fact, it's gotten even better. But there are also these moments of tenderness between us, the kind of moments that remind me just how much I love her. The way she looks at me when she thinks I'm not paying attention. The way she holds my hand when we're walking through the park. The way she kisses me when I'm feeling down, like she's trying to heal me with just a touch. A few weeks ago, we went back to that diner, the same one where we celebrated our first official date, even though we didn't know it at the time. We sat in the same booth by the window, the one where we'd spent so many hours talking about life, and now it felt like we were talking about our future. We've started making plans, real plans, for the first time. Not just for the weekend, not just for next month, but for the kind of future where we're living together, building something more than just our shared history. It's a little terrifying, sure, but it also feels right. It feels like this is the way it was always meant to be. One night, as we sit together on the couch after a long day, Emma leans her head against my shoulder and looks up at me with that same soft expression she had the night we first kissed. "I still can't believe it sometimes," she says quietly. "Believe what?" I ask, even though I already know. "That we're here, that you're here, with me." I smile, brushing a strand of hair from her face. "I know, it feels crazy, doesn't it?" Quote. She nods, her eyes soft and full of emotion. It's like everything finally makes sense. "I think it always did," I say, my voice low. "We were just too scared to see it." Quote. She smiles, a tear slipping down her cheek. I wipe it away gently, leaning in to kiss her softly. "I'm glad we finally saw it," she whispers. "I'm glad I'm with you." And in that moment, I realize that we've both been waiting for this. We've been waiting for the courage to take the leap, to admit the truth that was always there. And now that we have, I can't imagine my life without her. I don't need a proposal with a ring or a grand gesture. I don't need any of that. Because this is everything I ever wanted. This is the love I've been waiting for my whole life. "So," I say, pulling back slightly, "what's next for us?" Emma grins, her eyes sparkling with excitement. "I don't know. But I think we're going to make it up as we go along." And I know, in that moment, that we will. Together, just like we always have. I love her. She loves me. And nothing else matters.